Okay, I'm Ricardo Sanchez, and today I'm gonna talk about a novel called To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. My three theses that I got from the story. Thesis number one is a rabid dog. Thesis number two is Miss Molly's house burning down, and thesis number three, it's Tom Robinson's case. So I'm about to talk about that, and that's it. Thesis number one, the rabid dog. There was one day where Jem and Scout go to the forest to kill something, and then after that, they see there's a dog that is looking kind of strange, and so after that, Calpurnia hears about the dog, and you already could tell that it has rabies by the way it acted. And so after she hears about it, she runs to the phone and tells Atticus that there's a mad dog on the loose. And so after that, she called Atticus. She called a telephone operator and to tell everyone that there's a mad dog on the loose, because just to watch out, because it probably might get bit and die. And so after that, she tried to call the Radleys, but the Radleys don't have a phone. So she went running to their house, banging on the door. There's a mad dog running, and after that, there was people honking and people running around looking at the dog, and the dog looked kind of mad, and it was about to bite people, but everybody could try to go to a safe place to hide or stay away from the dog that has rabies. Thesis numero dos, Atticus, and it was in the night. Atticus wakes Scout up in the middle of the night because Scout sees that Miss Molly's house is going on fire next to the Finches. And then, so once the fire was finally out, after the everything finishes, like the fire stuff is all burned down and it's done, Atticus notices that Scout has a blanket wrapped around her, and she didn't even notice. Only when Atticus, if it wasn't for her, she would have never noticed. And so they were in front of the Radley house too, so there would probably be a little something right there. So then Atticus and Scott were thinking maybe it was Mr. Nathan, but they noticed too that he was taking out the fire and trying to help Miss Molly to burn down the fire as quickly as possible so it wouldn't spread. And since they were next to the Radley house, they probably thought, out of coincidence, Atticus says it probably might be Boo Radley that came out and gave Scout the blanket. And that was mostly part of the fire thesis case, as I just said everything right now. Okay, and so in my last thesis, number three, I'm gonna talk about Tom Robinson's case, where they had tried to accuse him as an innocent man. Well, to start off, there was this girl named Mayela Yule who had a drunk father and little siblings, and she was practically like the woman of the house, because after her mom died, she wanted to keep things in order. And so after that and stuff, she would get take care of her little kids, and even her dad. She had an abusive dad. His name was Bob Yule. And then after that, there would be a black man named Tom Robinson who would pass by her house every day to go to work. And then there was one day where she saved up nickels to give to the little siblings to go get an ice cream into town. And then that one day she tells Tom Robertson to help her out inside the house, and he goes in. And so they both were by themselves, and then like Mayela Yule tells Tom Robertson to get something from, I don't know where, I forgot. And then after that, she leans into Tom Robertson and tries to kiss him, and then Tom Robertson refuses to kiss her. But then Mayela Yule forces him to try to kiss him. But then, you know, he didn't want to. He didn't want to be forced or kiss her. And then so after that, then after that, her dad was drunk one time, and then he would abuse her, like he would beat her up, and then blame it on Tom Robertson. Well, that was one time, and so she was beat up and everything, and then after that they took him to court to see if it was true that Tom Robertson did beat up Mayela Yule. But if I noticed that, or everybody noticed even in the book, that he had a messed up arm, and he couldn't really beat up a girl or anybody, even though his one of his hands is still okay. It would be hard for him because he has a one bad hand or bad arm. And so after that, they still accused him, even though he was an innocent man, and he tried to fight his right to, you know, not getting accused of his innocence. And you know, after that, she really felt bad about it. She didn't really want to, you know, like be a snitch practically to her dad Bob Yule, because she cared about him. But you know, they still, even though Tom Robertson was an innocent man, he will still get accused anyways because of his color. You know, so that's mostly what my thesis 3 is about. And so that's it. That's all my three theses. And you know, once again, my name is Ricardo Sanchez, and you know, that's mostly what I got.